What we're looking at now is two different types of network. One is a client-server network and one is a peer-to-peer network. So we'll look at the more common client-server network first. And so what we have here, and this is a client-server network. So what we have is clients, and each one of these computers is a client. And we have one server. And what happens is each of the clients send requests for services from the server. And the type of things which the server might be serving, and so therefore giving the clients, is it might have a file server. So the client will need to talk to the server in order to get files for the user to edit or save. It may have a print server. And so if the client wants to print, it doesn't do it on its computer, it sends off to the server and says, please print this document for me. It could have a database server, it could have, and it's very common that it would have an internet server or a proxy server. So proxy is just more sophisticated. So if the clients want to get out to the internet, they don't each have their own internet connection. They will connect to the proxy server or to the internet server, and then that will get out to the internet. And it could be that there's a web server on there. So the clients will request a web page, the server will then send it back to them, and a mail or email server also could be one of an example of servers. So a client sends an email, and that will get sent by the server and stored on the server as well. Now, the peer-to-peer network is a little different to that. What happens is you don't have this hierarchy of clients and servers and the different roles. Each of these computers in a peer-to-peer network has the opportunity to be both client and server at the same time. So this is a peer-to-peer network. And so what could happen? Let's say that I'm working on this computer here and there is a printer connected to this computer here. So this computer will send to its peer, please print this document. And maybe there's a different printer, maybe the colour one's on this computer, and so this computer sends to this one, print out this work in colour. And maybe there's a scanner located on this device, so it might use this device in order to scan. And maybe this computer here wants to use some storage which is on this computer, and so this computer might send to that computer in order to save some files. And you might find that the only computer that's connected to the internet is this one over here. So if this computer wants to make a request to the internet, then it will ask this computer to make a request to the internet. And so we see each of the peer computers is going to the other computer which has the available resources that they want to use. Now, the reason that you would set up and use one of these is in a very small network of maybe a few computers, so a home network possibly, and for a very small business with only a handful of computers. You can just cable them up, get a local area network working, and then use all the resources which are there without having to worry about different servers for different services which you want to provide. The obvious disadvantage with a network like this is you might find that files start to be stored on this computer or this computer, and your levels of security are going to be lower on a peer-to-peer network. And also, you've got to hope that all of your computers are up. If this one breaks, and this is the only one with the print service, then no other computers will be able to use printers. So in general, people go with the client-server model, this one here, and they have a server for each of the services which they want, that server may be on the same computer. But there is this alternative which is mainly used by home networks and by very small companies of a peer-to-peer network.